What's up, guys? Today I'll be reviewing the Barbend 2-in-1 foam roller. This foam roller comes with two for the one, an outside more dense layer, and then an inside fully foam roller. So we'll begin by taking a look at how they're actually put into each other. So they actually telescope out, so it actually fits pretty snug, which is good for people who are bringing this on the go or might want to bring this with them on any kind of trip. So it's good knowing that this isn't going to slide out and get lost on the way. I like that. They telescope out. We'll begin with the first top layer, the little bit more dense foam roller. This has different types of ridges, which can be good for some, but also painful if you've never actually foam rolled. There's different kinds of ridges, and then there's more of a flat surface. This is a little bit more of a dense foam, has a little bit of give to it, which some may like, some might find issue with. The inside is somewhat of a plastic or a fiberglass material. So now I'm going to show you actually how to use the foam roller and what it actually looks like in action. I'm going to start by rolling out the thoracic. I can really feel the ridges digging in, which is a good thing, especially for those who are seated all day or actually don't get to stretch as much as they probably should. So it really can feel the fascia getting dug out. I'm gonna use it on my hamstring to see how the ridges actually feel when I'm rolling. I have to say I do like the bumps better. It adds a little bit more of a massage feeling, but I know that can definitely be painful for the few who haven't foam rolled as much, or might be turned off by an actual, more of a sharp pain going into the muscle. I'm gonna try it on the hip now to see how the ridges and the flatter surface feel. Something I'm not too sure I like actually is the shift between the flatter surface and the ridge. I found that this is giving a different type of massage, so it could be a little bit of a turnoff for those who want an equal massage throughout the whole actual muscle or hip, thoracic, hamstring, wherever you might be using this foam roller. So that's pretty much a look at the top layer. Now we're gonna dive into the smaller actual foam roller that comes on the inside. This is a lot more light. It's your standard, what you think of foam roller. It is literally 100% foam. It's a little bit more softer. You can definitely see some give in it. This is, I think, not ideal for loosening up the bigger muscles, but I think it could definitely come in use for tight IT bands or maybe muscles that are extremely sensitive on you that you might not be able to hit with something a little bit more dense that might cause a lot of pain, especially for newer lifters. So now I'm gonna give you guys an idea of what it looks like in action and show you exactly how it looks rolling on, because I fear that it might be a little bit too squishy for my weight, which is about 185. So I'm gonna start with my IT band. My IT band is always actually a problem muscle for me. So I'm gonna give this a go. Not gonna lie, I actually like the level of softness and firmness. It has give to it, so you can see the foam roller actually bending as I put weight into it, but it's not to a point that makes me want to take off my leg, such as the top layer might, especially with the ridges. I think for sensitive muscles, this will definitely be better. I'm gonna try it with my thoracic too. While that definitely won't be my first choice for this type of foam roller, I wanna see what it feels like and just kind of get a feel of if my weight going into this is gonna completely null the whole foam rolling fact. Yeah, as I thought, it has a lot of give to it, which for me personally is a turnoff, but and again, I'm also a little bit more stretched out, and I actually like a thicker foam roller, especially for my back since I foam roll often. But I think for a newer lifter, I think this would be actually pretty good on the thoracic for what it's worth. And for the experienced lifter, this was definitely a nice fit for any kind of tight muscle that you might have an issue with or something that the ridges might not work with. So to give you guys a full rundown on my thoughts, I like that there's 2-in-1. I like that you can actually pull them out and use them simultaneously if you really want to. So I could actually kill two birds with one stone and roll on both at the same time. This might not be ideal because the foam roller at the bottom or the foamer one doesn't dig as deep, but it might be a great way to prep the fascia before actually using the rigid one. So I actually kind of like that in theory. And what it might feel like. And actually I'm gonna test that right now just to see. I actually really like that, how the foam more acts like a prep to the more rigid layer. To wrap up the review on the Barbend 2-in-1 foam roller, I like that it's nice and compact. That's not gonna fall out. especially with traveling, you really got to hit it to get it out. I like that there's 2 layers of softness. The ridges here add a nice massaging effect that just plain foam rollers just simply can't do. You could also be used as a 2-in-1 for warming up multiple muscles at the same time, or even prepping some fascia for a little bit of a harder massage or focus with the more composite, more dense foam roller. So to wrap up the review, a lot of pros, there are a few cons in the functionality and the purposes, but that concludes the review of the Barbend 2-in-1 foam roller.